Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
A North suburban man who loved space was among the 24 people whose ashes were sent into orbit yesterday.
Michael Aisner's father, Mark, died 5 years ago. Today, his face is on the internet, and his ashes are heading for space.
Peg is go for lunch.
LC, copy.
LC Peg is go for launch. PLT, LC is go for launch. PLT confirm.
PLT confirms go for launch.
4, 3, 2, 1.
A man from the Chicago area is among the stars orbiting the stars.
Fin actuator system is working properly to control the flight of the vehicle during stage 1. Attitude remains nominal. Power buses remain strong.
Daddy, dear old Daddy, way up above she can see. You've been more than a dad. You're the best friend I've had. Daddy, you've been a mother to me.
North suburban man who loved space was among the 24 people whose ashes were sent into orbit yesterday. Mark David Aisner spent a large part of his 89 years looking through telescopes.
Here was a guy that, when I was really young, got my light bulb turned on by putting my eye up to a telescope. So it made total sense that this is the kind of thing he would have enjoyed. He loved space and science and astronomy so much.
Mark Aisner's remains will join those of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry and Dr. Timothy Leary. They'll be launched from a satellite.
Here's the box that I received.
The ashes are expected to orbit the Earth from anywhere from 18 months to up to 10 years.
And then this whole thing is sent back.
Eventually, the orbit will decay and the remains will burn up in the Earth's atmosphere.
There's two samples, one here and one here. Those are because one is put in storage in case the first flight doesn't make it. People look to bury their loved ones in all sorts of places. Now an opportunity for us to be able to have his ashes in orbit around the Earth. There's something very romantic about that.
Michael Aisner of Boulder dreamed about something like this for his father's remains, but never thought it could actually come true until the company Celestis came along. The company has leased space on board a regular satellite launch in mid-April. They sent him a kit and a vial for part of his father's ashes.
What we're looking at right now is the actual location right there where the ashes are. This is the Pegasus rocket hanging below the Lockheed 1011, the special craft that's actually named after one of the original Star Trek vehicles.
Michael and members of 23 other families went to Vandenberg Air Force Base to witness the first part of the process.
That's the Lockheed L-1011 that the rocket is attached to and will be launched from.
The remains will be mounted on the third stage motor, which is the smallest one there.
It's also a very unusual flight because the first time that we will take a rocket overseas, we're going to Spain.
It was not only an opportunity to be involved in something that was the first, which has kind of an added bonus to it, but the truth is, it's just an incredible thing to have happen.
You can see we've stripped the entire aft part of the aircraft, making it, amongst other things, the lightest Lockheed 1011 ever flying. This allows us to fly to a higher altitude when dropping the Pegasus rocket.
Drops for about 5 seconds, stabilizes, drops, and then ignites. And from here it will, through 3 stages, get up to about 600 kilometers into Earth orbit.
I've seen a million rocket launchings. I love them. But then there was that one moment where you looked at it and thought for a second that, wait a minute, that's your dad's ashes in there, going into outer space.
2, 1, drop.
This very first space burial in long-term Earth orbit happened to also be the first satellite that Spain had ever sent to space. So it was widely televised by the Spanish government and carried live on broadcast outlets all over the world. Really an emotionally charged setting there with all the families gathered at Mission Control in the Canary Islands to take in this launch that we were watching in real time.
Memorabilia from and about space and a love for the stars, the universe, and astronomy is one of the subjects that bound Michael and his father. That's why this thrills him.
This is something that can be so special for all of us to be able to walk out into the night and look up, as I always do, at the stars. But this time knowing there's something very special beyond just the stars that I've always known. It's really what I get out of it is the chance to look up in the sky and to dream and to think about that. And it's just as exhilarating as anything I could ever imagine happening.
I do hope you will think of me as a person that enjoyed life, that was given many of the gifts of life, earned or unearned.
After 6.5 years of orbiting the Earth 28,132 times, on May 20th, 2002, little meteors raining down over some tropical atoll in the South Pacific, we imagined. Dreamy finish to a beautiful life.
There's a long, long night of waking until my dreams all come true, till the day